Cool. All right. Awesome. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey. There we go. Great. Access. This thing will not end the stream if it's currently live. Okay, cancel. Schedule stream. Let people. Oh. Okay. Okay. Oops. There we go. There. Okay. Okay. Oops. There we go. There. Okay. 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 Cool. So, hello, Internet. I don't really know what I'm doing or why I'm doing this. I don't know. I figured I would give this a shot. I have no idea if anybody will even. I don't know how people like find live streams on YouTube while like I don't know. Like I don't know if it will like pop up in like I feel like I've seen that before when I've just been on the normal YouTube homepage where like I'll just be scrolling through videos or something, and there'll be a video that comes up or something that's live. So I don't know. Maybe this will pop up somewhere and people will watch it or something. I don't know. But anyways, so I figured I kind of so let's OBS. I'm using OBS Studio for anybody who cares or is interested, whatever, to stream. I think I need to update it actually. If anyone is watching this, you could drop in the chat if you wanted. I don't know if so. It looks like I'm using OBS 27.0.1. I don't know what the current one is. It might be newer than 27. But anyways, whatever. I'm using OBS Studio to stream for anyone who cares or is curious or what have you. Yeah, so basically, the point of this, what I was going to do here was I, at one point, played this game called Battalion Nemesis. This was like back in the days of Flash games, like web browser Flash games. Like freaking like here, I think so. We can. There's this thing. I bet other people have done this. I don't know, but congregate.com. You know, there are all these sites where you could like they just hosted free Flash games. And yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. Sorry. Yeah, like oh man, like freaking I don't know. I feel like this is like early 2000s type stuff right here. Yeah, there was this thing I remember with my cousin. Like I would for a while when he was growing up, my cousin and some of his family lived in my grandma's house, and so like my immediate family would sometimes visit my grandma's house, and ergo we would also my cousin and his family would also be there. And like he would sometimes there was this website he would use called Nod Doppler, I think. I don't know if anybody else ever used this or anything, but I remember like I need to try. I want to try to hang out with him more. I actually want to go to the Well, anyways, um, yeah, I'd like to try to hang out with them a little bit, but um, yeah, there was this we would play, or I think you showed me or something. Learn to Fly. There was this freaking great game called Learn to Fly on Not Doppler. It was like this penguin that like learns to fly, basically. I don't know. So anyway, so there's this different thing that I would play on. I've found it posted on Concrete here. Battalion Nemesis. So, and so since Flash is dead, I've been using this hackish like workaround. I think this will pop up in a second with the thing that I expect. There we go. So there's this. Someone came up with this thing called Supernova Player or Supernova Flash Player. Since Flash Player is basically gone now, so you can like use this to still use Flash things. Um, so this will probably pop up in just a second here. Sound might be on. Here we can just get some of this cool music for a second. I think the music is kind of cool. It's that really strong, like, I think it's made with a synthesizer or like digitally, but it kind of does sound like a big old like orchestra or something, and just blah, 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 blah. Doom, 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 doom. I think it sounds cool. Also, hopefully my microphone doesn't suck. It probably does because I'm streaming this with just my built-in laptop. I guess not the webcam right now, but with the microphone. And I might try my earbud microphone here in a second. Maybe I'll check the chat if anyone is watching the stream or anything. But so, anyways, so the point of this, kind of what I was going to go for here on the stream was I've kind of been working on trying to copy this game. And when I say copy, what I mean is make a local Windows application that is this game. Let's see, I wanted to, sometimes there we go, it's a little bit less cluttered. Yeah, because right now it's kind of like, it's running in this Supernova Flash player thing as like a workaround or whatever for Flash. And basically I've done some college for computer science. And I actually wish that the college I've been going to had just a software engineering degree because it's easier. Real computer science just is, honestly, I mean, it's like the most mind-melting thing I've ever run into. And theoretical computer science is, I don't know, just so mind-melting. And like so many other things too, theory is great, but how do you actually use it in the real world, right? At the end of the day, it's like, yeah, like if I can know, the halting problem or whatever, or like Turing completeness or whatever, I can't even remember all the stuff there is, or like what's the thing where, I don't know, like Backus-Naur form or whatever, or like parse trees. I'm trying to remember some of the other stuff that I've done for some of the classes that I've taken. But anyways, at the end of the day, to me, it's kind of like, yeah, like the point is to like use this. So I would rather be majoring in software engineering if I could. But the college that I've been going to doesn't have that. We only have computer science. But anyways, the upshot of that is that I have done some programming, and so I kind of wanted to. I figured I would just clone this game at some point. I've kind of been figuring out like, let's see, we're gonna grab this. I'm gonna let that load for a second. Yeah, I don't know, I needed a project or something, and I was like, I'm going to just try to clone Battalion Nemesis. So basically, my goal was create like a local Windows application, like using C# and .NET, that would basically be a functional, more or less copy of Battalion Nemesis. Obviously, it probably would have some things that would be a little bit different, but pretty much a copy of this game. Um, Crap, I might need to look up some copyright stuff too. I hope it's okay for me to be streaming and having this thing just showing this here. I have no idea about any copyright things or anything with this, but um, yeah. So I don't know. I figured I would just stream me working on this a little bit. Kind of one thing I'm doing right now. So I got this great. Here we go. So okay. Let's do a little bit of the gameplay here real quick. I have no idea if anyone is watching this stream, but whatever. I'm gonna just go. Also, I'm gonna use my earbuds here because I'm guessing the microphone is better. So just a second. Set this up. Okay, so now I'm on my earbud microphone, so I don't know if that's better or worse than my built-in laptop microphone, but whatever. Okay, so a little bit of... Actually, I'm going to switch my stand desk here, too. Sort of use the top of my dresser as a stand-up desk. I have a good desk that I bought a little while ago for freaking $50 at a thrift store. It was great. It was way less expensive than I would have been paying to get it new, and it's like a solid desk. It was actually for a commercial office. Like I think they had it in a bank, and it's freaking like 6 feet wide by like 3 feet deep, and it's freaking great. But also I kind of have to try to avoid sitting down somewhat. Sometimes it's standing up is healthy, and being physically active is healthy and whatnot. And anyways, all right, cool. So what we were talking about here. So let's just do a little example here of how this game is. Level select. Let's see. Where was a good map for prisoner of war? So let's grab this start game. Oh, I don't know what the difficulty is on. I forgot to turn off the dialogue. Alright, whatever. So this is Battalion Nemesis. So I am you, whatever, the player is the red guys, and you're fighting the blue guys. And so there's probably a name for this classification of game, but I have no idea what it is. But so you have like a tank, for example, so you can move your tank around, and so the maximum I can move my tank right now is up to here. And then like if this rocket truck, I wish you guys could see my finger when I like touch the screen with my finger, but obviously you can't. Anyways, if this rocket truck here was like right down here, then I could actually attack it with my tank. The tank it can attack things that are like right in front of it or right next to it. But since there's no enemies nearby, I can move it, but I can't actually attack. On the other hand, with my rocket truck here, it's a ranged attack, so it's a little bit hard to see, but like I think the red squares here are like where it can attack, and then the green squares are where it can move. So the rocket truck is a range attack, which is kind of cool. Yeah, so that's kind of how that works. So basically, this kind of uses tiles, right? Like, hang on a second. Privacy. It's better. Okay, so yeah, so this uses tiles, right? So there's like this is water. This is just regular land. I think they call it plains. Um, there's mountains, there's hills, there's forest, there's road too. There's rocks in the water or like reefs. So this uses like tiles to display the map, and then also the units, I guess, kind of are tiles too. So yeah, so one thing I did at some point was I got a tile set. So this is the tile set for Battalion Nemesis. Um, I think I got this off of like spritersresource.com or something like that, which was really, really handy. I was kind of not sure how I was going to like clone all of those tiles. Yeah, and I was like, holy crap, that could be really complicated. Um, yeah, so I got this tile set, which is really great. And so what am I, let's see, so Visual Studio, okay, and I've done some actual programming for this. I have a, kind of one of the things, kind of something I started with is I basically try to make a level editor. So recent projects. This will probably take a minute. So I'll just let this load for a minute. But yeah, I kind of, and I'm using Windows Forms for anyone who is curious or knows what that is. I'm building this using Windows Forms, and then so it's in the language is C Sharp, and so it uses the .NET framework, so standard Windows stuff. For some of the computer science and programming classes that I've done, I've been going to Washington State University, and yeah, we've done some like Linux and Unix programming. We've done some pretty like old school stuff, which I guess probably most programmers it's probably good to know some Linux and stuff. But so this is all I kind of just did this with Visual Studio, and so this is kind of standard Windows Visual Studio, C Sharp, .NET, and specifically within that, I'm using like Windows Forms. I've never really messed around with Windows Presentation Foundation. I honestly don't know anything about it. I've just never done anything with it. And I'm curious sometime to fiddle with it. But anyways, so yeah, so let's see. What do I have this set up? So I think right now, so standard class program, main. So right now it runs a map edits 2 form. So there we go. So how? Let's see. Is it still? Oh, okay. Maybe it's happy now. Disk is pretty low. Streaming windows, probably just, yeah, this is just the streaming software. Alright. Okay, so I don't know what I last did a build on this. Let's put this down here. Actually, let's just, oh crap, I was alone. Just this. Okay, this is staying. That's not okay, let's build this. I haven't done a build for a while, I think. Make sure it's up to date. Make sure it's happy. Ugh. Wow, it's still just starting to build. Alright, that's slow. Concurrent viewer 0. Excellent. Nobody is watching. That's alright. I figured I would just give this a try and see what it was like. I don't know if there's a way to, I guess I could, I don't know. I don't know how you get people to watch streams or videos or anything like that, but I wish I could
change this to a light theme. I actually don't really like the dark theme on software usually. My viewpoint is that daytime is for doing stuff and nighttime is for sleeping, and as such, I actually just I don't like dark theme on most software. But anyways, not that that's a big deal or anything. And obviously, you are also free to have your own viewpoint on that, because this is the frickin' United States of America. And as long as you don't F with other people's lives too much in what you're doing, you are free to do what you want to do. Alrighty, so, alright, build succeeded. Alright, so, check this out. Excellent. So, right now, this is a map editor. So, I have it just default starting with 5. I think this is a 5 by 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 by 5. So the point, I was I was proud of this, honestly, somewhat. It took some work to get to this point. So what this does right now is, and well, right now you can basically so for example you can add like a row. So like if I go like at the end, add row. Yeah, look at that, another row. Or add a column at the end. Ah, crap. Yeah, it's broken. That sucks. Alright. Oh, dang. Anyways, I thought that was working, but whatever. I guess not. So anyways, that's what it does right now. So, maybe I'll publish this code somewhere, too. I can stick this on GitHub or something. I don't know if anybody cares about this or is interested in this, but, kind of just super short. Like, it uses to do the, let me grab this again. I think I can... Alright. So, super short. The way that I have the tiles displayed is I just have each tile is a picture box, and then I have just a list of picture boxes. I call it map because basically you're creating a map, and that's how that works. And then so you can yeah, whatever. Let's list of picture boxes. Um, let's see, what else do I do here? So I have when the form starts up, I create a new blank map. I fill with plains tiles. There's some buttons in here, of course. I think there's some logic here for how you're inserting and stuff. So you can insert like at the front too. So if I go add row, yep, so it inserts at the front. And you can go at the end if you wanted, just like that. So yeah, whatever. So let's see. Okay, what was I? Oh yeah, so kind of the thing I was thinking about right now was that I don't know. I'm working on some. I can't remember what part of this I'm working on right now, but I'm fiddling around with this tile set, and let's see. The one we have open now is just terrain. And then this and this. I'm gonna grab all of these. Let's see. So it kind of gets difficult to um, look at these tiles when they're all just smushed together like this. And also in the original game, like it's a little bit animated, so like there's 4 tiles for um, each like type of terrain or whatever. So when this game is going in the original game, like I don't know, every half second or second or something like that, it like pulls in the second tile, pulls in the third, pulls in the fourth, and goes back to the first. And you can kind of see this if you play the game. Like it will kind of look like there's water like lapping on the rocks or something like that. Um, which I'm kind of not doing right now because that also makes it more complicated. Like, let's see, like, uh, yeah, like you might kind of be able to see. It's hard to tell, but like if you look kind of like right here and right here and right here and right here, in this rock formation, this rock tile, you can kind of see how here. You can kind of see how the water, like, it's a little bit different on each iteration, which is how the animation kind of works. So that's why there's like four things for each. Or like I think this one you can kind of see it. I think in this one too. You can see how it just like 1, 2, 3, or yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks a little bit different on each one. Or yeah, kind of in this one too. I think I can see it. So yeah, so it's kind of animated. But even regardless of that though, even if I like just cut out those last three, they're still kind of smushed together. And one of the kind of tricky parts about this is that like when you have like right now, like I kind of have it, I just have it just land and water. But that's not how the original game works. In the original game, like for example, let's, there we go. Or yeah, like this, or like this. So in the original game, um, um, like this, I call this a land-water interface. Um, there, you can have either like a cliff type interface, or you can have like a shore type interface. So it's not just like conceptually sort of like I think that's probably kind of step one, I guess, or like an easy way to think about it is just like land and water because that kind of is how it is. But like this is where this is kind of getting tricky because each time you have like land, um, crap, each time, oh, that's true. Okay, anyways, each time you have like land and water, um, like you have it's either a cliff type connection or cliff type interface or like a shore type connection. So there's some units that can like transition into the water from the land or something, and that's why that's like that. Um, the that kind of like that kind of makes it more complicated because like to get in like right now to set an individual tile, all you have to do is say okay this tile is water or okay this tile is land. And even with that you can have I don't have it set up right now, but you could set like forest or like what was the other kind of like um, yeah, so you could set like forest, or you could set like mountains, or in the water too. You can set like reefs or like rocks. So that's pretty easy. But the problem is that like when you start figuring out that cliff and shore thing, you kind of have to like. There's probably a word for this. I don't know what it is. I think it's kind of a computer sciencey thing maybe. But an individual tile is kind of affected by the tiles around it. Um, and like yeah, like for example, like here and here, or actually here and here, these are just land. They're just right next to each other. So that's totally fine because that's just how they would look in the original game. Um, so like here and here, they would just be right next to each other because that's how they or just how they are in the game. But then when you get up to like here, like now since you have a land tile and a water tile right next to each other, like you have to look at that and be like, okay, like so like for this water tile here, this water tile is actually like I still think of it as a water tile, but it would be a water tile like plus a little bit of like plus cliff. Like so basically when you have a border, like a land and water border, the like a little bit of the land extends into the water, like into that tile to show that transition kind of. So in this thing right here, in this top thing, it would be like this. This would actually be a bottom one, but it would be this right here, this row of tiles. Um, um, there's a little bit of like perspective on this tile set. Like it's supposed to be like it's sort of like looking at the thing. I didn't realize this until I started trying to copy this game and getting into this tile set and stuff. But there's like a little bit of like it's drawn like sort of from a perspective a little bit because like this is like a sort of like a top or whatever. This is a tile where like the land is on top and the water is on the bottom. So it's kind of like you're looking at that like not from directly overhead, but from like I don't know, like 75 degrees or so, looking forwards at it a little bit. And then you can see up here, kind of with that same thing, if instead of having the land on top and the water on bottom, if it was flipped around, you don't see as much of the side of the cliff there. So it's kind of like there's a little perspective like in it, kind of, which I didn't really realize at first, and that's kind of like that also makes it more complicated because like it's kind of just that same thing where I can't just like stick land and stick water like wherever I want. You have to kind of like calculate like okay like which tile is this going to be given that this one is water and this one is land. So this is kind of the part that I'm working on right now, and I think as just a next step, I might just put a render button in, and then like have like I don't know, like one thing you could do is kind of like um, I don't know, just have a render button, and then so kind of like set it up like this, and then click render, and then once you click render, it actually fills in the correct like the cliff or shore tiles or whatever. Um, because then you can just like this part is pretty easy or like doable, and I got to this step where like I have like land and water. But try to like calculate these like, and you can see too that like there are like corner pieces. So like crap, I wish this was working. I'm not sure why it's not working. If I can, that's blame. Yeah, it's not working. But like if this full thing here was water, which it's supposed to be based on my button or whatever, like this kind there's kind of like a corner I think that would be there. This really gets complicated, like because you have to like figure out like okay like so this land is gonna overlap into this water cell by like I don't know like 20% or so, and so what the way that looks is that like you choose this tile because right here you can see the land sticks into the water by like I don't know 20% of the tile or so, and then it has the little drawing of the cliff there. Um, um, and then, so you can kind of imagine that, like, if I had that here and then also here, like, as you go around this corner, like, you also want to kind of like fill out this corner here so that it looks like finished. So that would be something like this, except come back here, you scurvy dog. Freaking wanker. Monkey butt nugget. Suck my. Just kidding. Well, dadgummit. The stream, we have to keep this PG. Which I guess I do anyways. But anyways, so like yeah, like this corner right here would kind of be like it would be something like this, except it would actually be rotated like I don't know 90 degrees or 180 degrees or something. This is just not the correct tile for that, but it would be like a corner tile like that. So that's like where this gets super complicated because like you can see that like to actually correctly render this whole thing here after you're done, like this tile would have to become not just a water tile, but a water tile with a little bit of cliff. So it would be like uh, this tile right here, and then this one, if this was a water tile, this would become one of these two. This set, it would become this one because the land is going to like stick into the water like a little bit. Drawing this really is helpful. I should try to get a setup where I have like a camera, physical camera too, like and I can like draw stuff and whatever because it's kind of hard to just like explain this like over video or something or but anyways um yeah and then so you have that like corner tile so So that's kind of like the part that I'm on right now. It's like uh, figuring out like how to make that work. Um, yeah. So I don't know. I figured I'd just show that a little bit. I should probably play like League of Legends or something that people actually play, because this is just like some old Flash game from like who the heck knows when, back in the early 2000s. But I thought it was kind of like interesting going around with it, and I figured I would, I don't know, do a little stream and show that a little bit. All right, 0 concurrent viewers. Excellent. I can see that this is clearly a popular stream. I don't know if there's a way to like get people to watch your streams or anything, and it's also good to just do stuff in the real world, anyways. So I don't know how much I'm actually going to do this or not, but I don't know how to like get to like if I just go to YouTube. I don't know if I can like. I guess I can just see my stream right here, but I don't know like how like. If I just go to YouTube. Oh, hey, see, it shows it here, but this might be because I'm like signed in on YouTube. So maybe it's just like showing it since it's my stream. So maybe it's just like showing it since it's my stream. So maybe it's just like showing it since it's my stream. So if I go to like incognito here, like how does this like? I hope YouTube doesn't think I'm like spamming my own stream to try to get views or anything, because I'm just curious about how. So in incognito mode, if I go to YouTube, see there's this thing that's live, but it's also some channel that like probably already had viewers and videos and stuff, and like I could see that there's like 20,000 people streaming this right now, so and videos and stuff, and like whatever. Anyways, I don't know. That was kind of all I really want to like show. What is this new pinned chat? You can now pin a message to the top of your live chat for viewers to read. Okay, pin a message to the top of your chat. Okay. Pin a message. Cool. Got it. Awesome. Okay, so I see there's one watching now. What? How do I use this? Cool. Got it. Awesome. Okay, so I see there's one watching. Oh, so it's still just now. What? How do I use this? Cool. Got it. Oh, it's awesome. Doing that thing. Okay, so I see there's one watching. Oh, so it's still just now. What? How? Crap. Got it. Oh, like awesome. That okay, so I see there's one watching. Oh, so it's still just now. What? How? Crap. That's gonna get weird. So, anyways, I think it said. Oh, it changed. I think it said like one viewer or something. If I like. I don't know. It said like one viewer or something. I don't know. Anyways, okay, cool. I'm gonna have stuff to do probably. I guess I could just stream while I'm working on this. I don't know. I don't know. I'll probably just cut this off for now. We're gonna do this again at some point and actually like stream. I wonder if it keeps this after I'm done streaming. Like if people can go back and watch this or not. I have no idea. That might be helpful. Or I can just re-explain the stuff again, whatever. But maybe I'll do this again at some point, and I'll just stream while I'm working on it. So there would probably be less talking, because I would be working on it, and I would just be streaming just for anybody who was curious to like, I don't know, see that happen or whatever. There definitely would be less talking in that. But I don't know, whatever. It's kind of been an interesting project that I've been trying to work on. So anyways, hope you enjoyed. For anybody who may have watched this, it looks like pretty much I think that one viewer there is just me, but text my mom. Hey mom, can you watch my stream for me so I get more viewers? But anyways, all right, cool. How wait? Oh, I'm doing this with OBS. All right, sorry, here. All right. All right, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that was interesting. If anybody did pop in for a second, or I don't know if it was, but yeah. Have a good day, all y'all. Stay classy, stay high quality, be good people, do the right thing. All right.